Thank you so much for joining us. Would you please introduce yourself and tell us what your area of health law specialization is?
Sure. Thank you for having me, Elena, and to the Florida Bar. My name is Jade Beverly, and I have the privilege of serving as the Associate Divisional Chief Legal Officer of Advent Health. And I work in our West Florida division of Advent Health and represent our medical group, Advent Health Riverview Hospital, and our imaging centers. I'm responsible for legal counsel on a variety of healthcare issues, including employment agreements with our employed providers, physicians, advanced practice practitioners, and compliance with federal and state healthcare and fraud and abuse laws.
Sounds like you're very busy, Jade.
Yes.
Um, what is your career defining moment?
Sure. I think back to when I was in law school and I was a summer associate at a law firm in Sarasota and was hired as a civil and commercial litigation and medical malpractice defense attorney there. And as I understand, one of the first African American attorneys in the firm's then almost 90-year history. I had just given birth to our first child 3 weeks after I took the Florida bar. And as a new lawyer, I was given the opportunity to work with our not for profit hospital client as outside general counsel. And I was able to interact directly with the risk management, employed providers, and advise them on how to handle some complex litigation matters. And I just realized then that, how important it was to understand the business needs of the organization, to interact with the team and the operators. And just fast forward now 11 years, and I just feel so fortunate to serve in my current role as the Associate Divisional Chief Legal Officer for one of the largest Florida based health systems. And I enjoy just being an integral part of this business. We have a very positive mission and contributing my talents from the get go and working with wonderful colleagues, including you, Elena, who inspire me and teach me each day just the meaning of excellent client service and how to approach and give guidance to our clients.
Wow, Jade, you are so inspirational. We are fortunate to have you on the team. Sounds like you are super busy with what you do, and we know that our days are really busy at Advent Health. So, what is it that you do outside of work? What keeps you busy outside of work?
Yeah, so when I'm not working, I love to spend time with my family. I have two small children, and we love to travel to new places whenever possible. We've recently visited Jamaica and just had like an authentic experience outdoors and experiencing the local culture. And I think it's just really important to be able to unwind and create meaningful memories.
I'm so glad that you shared that because one of the questions I wanted to ask you is if you have anything, any kind of advice that you could share with more junior attorneys who are just starting out in the practice of law.
Sure. I would say that healthcare is full of acronyms, and it's definitely very important to learn the language. You don't want to make a mistake and say like hippo instead of HIPAA. So you want to make sure that you know the language. Also, just knowing your audience too. Like if you're interacting with providers and doctors, remember that they deal with like life and death and patients on a daily basis. They may not be thrilled or actually appreciate the nuances of contract law, and so you want to make sure that you keep it simple, and just also know that it's our job to prevent chaos and issues, but a lot of times we're the ones that are cleaning it up. And so you can't just make it go away as if you're a magician, but just expect to be in that position to put out a few fires, to know how to stay calm. And finally, just get a mentor. We're all learning, we're all doing this thing called life for the first time. And I'm sure there's a lot of people that are out there who are willing to help and teach, but it's a very complicated area of law. And I think making friends and being able to interact with the person on the other side is just, it's a benefit, something that everyone should do.
Fantastic advice. Thank you very much for sharing that, Jade. And finally, what do you see as the emerging area in health law?
Sure. I think there's a lot of issues. My practice is focused a lot on physician compensation arrangements, and I think that that will continue to be something that the regulators look closely at, how organizations are establishing FMV, fair market value. And in addition to that aspect, I would say another significant area is likely the intersection between technology and probably patient data privacy. I know AI is still kind of emerging, and telehealth is the regulatory frameworks are continuing to evolve and change. And so I think the legal frameworks are still evolving to address some of these issues, and it's going to be a critical area of focus for the coming years.
Jade, thank you so much for joining us in the health law section of the Florida Bar. This video will be very helpful for health law attorneys and junior attorneys just starting out. Thank you.
Thank you for having me, Elena.